na chemboine echituse kuchalo chino na chemboine chatuka kuchalo
na chemboine echituse kuchalo chino na chemboine chatuka kuchalo
yewa ife chatuka
echituse kuchalo
ekanga chatuka
kuchalo
yewa ife chatuka
echituse kuchalo
ekinda chatuka
kuchalo
yewa ife chatuka
echituse kuchalo
mukambala chatuka
kuchalo
chino na chemboine echituse kuchalo chino na chemboine chatuka kuchalo.
Uganda is a landlocked country in East Africa with an estimated population of over 31 million people, 88% of whom live in rural areas. With 55% of the people living below the poverty line, Uganda is considered one of the poorest countries in the world. Since its independence from Great Britain in 1962, the political situation in the country has been characterized by frequent periods of unrest and repression. However, the recent past indicates a period of relative stability and economic rehabilitation. In 1982, the first cases of HIV were identified in fishermen on the shores of Lake Victoria in the Rakai district of Uganda. Not yet known as HIV, Ugandans referred to the disease as SLIM due to the severe wasting it caused before eventually killing off its victims. Initially, HIV spread due to sexual networks in urban areas and along major highways before spreading throughout the entire country. By 1988, it was estimated that 1 million Ugandans were infected with HIV, and urban areas saw infection rates up to 30%.
Some regions had it as low as 5%, and other regions had it as high as 25%. But it was on average around 18%. And that was the peak of the incidence. Then because of the interventions that government and the public carried out, it started decreasing. Up to, we had a cell survey about 4 years ago, and now it has stabilized at 6.4%.
Uganda is often hailed as a success story in the fight against HIV/AIDS. The political commitment from the President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, was the cornerstone of the national response that characterized Uganda's HIV epidemic. He implemented countrywide prevention programs, including the AIDS Control Program in 1987. The ACP educated the public on how to avoid HIV infection and carried out HIV surveillance. The strong political leadership and commitment to tackling HIV/AIDS, in addition to the government's early response, were vital features that assisted in the decrease of HIV infection rates.
I think, as a scientist, all epidemics, that is a model they take. They peak and decrease. That is one explanation. But of course, the government also had programs, government with partners. The ABC strategy, abstinence, be faithful and economy use, and of recent use of antivirals contributed greatly. The involvement of the political leaders, the president really took on this epidemic, and he gave national leadership to preventive programs. And also, I think the way the messages were being packaged, people saw people dying from HIV and dying very badly, and sort of behavior change started.
In 1987, the AIDS Control Program initiated and promoted the ABC approach that epitomized the prevention of sexual transmission of HIV in Uganda.
When we talk of ABC strategy, we are looking at the strategies the government plus the community are using to try to fight against the spread of HIV/AIDS. When we say AB, we look at abstinence, and we look at the youth or people who have not got married. They have to abstain from sex until they get to that time when they want to marry, but first they have to go for HIV/AIDS test so that they know their status. When we look at B, we are looking at couples being faithful to each other, one man and one wife, or one man and two wives, but within the same family. Then we look at C, that is consistent use of a condom.
The only way out was prevention, and the AIDS Control Program started the ABC prevention strategy, which A being abstinence, then B being faithful, and then C condom. And they went out, we all combined efforts and told the people. Every now and then we are holding talk shows on radio, television, mention it, we put up posters everywhere, we distributed the condoms, and the message sank to the people. So it was basically using prevention methods that and then a lot of political commitment and everybody, involving everybody. Government said this is not just a health problem. It's affecting every society in our community. So everyone should come on board. So we should do a multi-sectoral approach. And that's how we said in every department we must mainstream HIV/AIDS, because it's affecting not only the social, cultural, economic, and health. So everybody should be involved. Everybody came on board, and somehow the rates started going down.